Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Retro Davo coming to you, and today I have a bit of a different kind of a video for you because y'all know I love the Call of Duty franchise. I've loved a lot of Call of Duty games. I really loved Modern Warfare and Call of Duty World War II. While I know they were not the most popular with YouTubers, but I really liked them. But someone who is a bit of a voice for the Call of Duty community, or at least he thinks he is, NerosCinema has been going off on YouTube as of late. He's back. He came back, and he's being kind of dumb. So we're going to take a look at his video titled Major Concerns for Call of Duty Vanguard. So, and then I'm going to break it down and tell you why I think not everything that he's saying is true, but he's got some fair concerns, but at the same time, he's acting like he's speaking for the entire community, and he's absolutely not. So, without further ado, let's dive right into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be sitting down and discussing Call of Duty Vanguard and some concerns that I have for Call of Duty Vanguard, because obviously the reveal was yesterday. We learned a lot about the game officially from Sledgehammer Games, as well as the official Call of Duty social media pages.
Actually, we haven't, Nero, but whatever you say.
So that was fantastic. We got to learn a lot about the game, and a lot of it sounded pretty good, but there's also some things that don't sound so great, and a lot of the stuff is stuff that's not coming from official sources.
If it's not coming from official sources, Nero, you shouldn't 100% trust it. While a lot of the stuff that he's going to go into has actually been confirmed by trailers, you also shouldn't be starting to put down a game when they haven't told you for yourself. Anyways, let's continue.
Information is coming from credible leakers and credible industry insiders, and I think the reason why the official pages have not discussed this stuff yet is because, one, the multiplayer reveal hasn't happened yet, and B, because some of this stuff may be controversial. The one change that they've made to the Call of Duty formula that they've officially announced is that in this year's game, they're going to be making it so the environment is somewhat destructible. So, for example, if there's a thin layer of plank wood in front of you, you can shoot that plank wood, destroy it, and now there's a brand new line of sight. And apparently, if you throw a grenade into a room and it blows up, it's going to scatter the chairs and the tables and things like that out of the way. They're not going to be completely stationary, but rather they're going to be much more dynamic.
Destructible environments, I think, are a really cool thing. We have not had really destructible environments in a Call of Duty game yet. They tried to do it way back at the launch of the PS4 and the Xbox One with Call of Duty Ghosts. Like in some maps, there was a tree that, you know, you could knock down, but that's about it. That's about all that there was for destructible environments. Because what they discovered, Nero, was that the PS4 and the Xbox One were so underpowered that they couldn't... It held back destructible environments. So this is something COD has been wanting to do for a long time, but the consoles denied them the capability.
Alright, cool. That could be interesting.
Yeah, it all sounds cool to me, Nero.
We'll have to see how that plays out when the alpha does eventually come. If you guys haven't heard, the leaks and rumors are suggesting that the Champion Hill alpha, which is that new 2v2 Battle Royale style game mode, sounds weird, but that new mode is going to have an alpha reportedly, not officially, but reportedly on August 27th for PlayStation.
This is not a rumor anymore, Nero. You can literally download the alpha right now. You just can't play it yet until this upcoming weekend. Although, granted, I am reporting on this video when this is quite a few days old.
Picture back to the Modern Warfare 2019 alpha where we got to play gunfight. Similar idea, right? They're going to be having this new Champion Hill game mode. It's going to be the alpha, and then the beta for Vanguard is going to be like the full multiplayer. So
wrong, Nero. The beta is never the full multiplayer. It's like 1 or 2 maps, a couple of the guns, and that's about it. It is never the the full multiplayer. It's like 1 or 2 modes, 1 or 2 maps, and maybe 4 guns, and that's it. It's never the full multiplayer.
I suppose when that alpha comes out, we'll get a better idea of how these new gameplay systems are going to take effect, and I'm really interested to see how that's going to play out, because some of these new systems are kind of concerning. So the big thing going around right now is blind fire. If you guys haven't heard about this, virtually every leaker and every industry insider is talking about this, as well as YouTubers who are kind of like on the in, working with Activision, of course, to get early gameplay of the campaign and things like that. They have confirmed that this is going to be a multiplayer, but blind fire is apparently going to be a thing.
Yeah, I'll agree. That's not really concerning. It's just more, to me, it sounds cool, but I don't know how you're going to implement, Gears of War-like tactics blind fire into a first-person multiplayer shooter.
So what is blind fire, for those who don't know? So basically picture something like the old Gears of War games where you're behind cover and then you can shoot from behind cover without really exposing yourself. You can basically lift your gun up, shoot from behind cover without actually exposing any part of your body besides maybe your hands. And apparently that is going to be part of the Vanguard multiplayer, as well as leaning apparently is going to be returning.
Now what's wrong with leaning, Nero? We've had it in both Call of Duty Ghosts and in Modern Warfare. And both, I mean, I don't know. Let's see what he has to say.
Now, before we go any further, I should mention this. A lot of people came at me. I was streaming on Twitch last night. A couple people come in, actually, who were concerned about this. I saw comments on my previous video as well, and I tried to respond to them, but it's easier if I just discuss it in a video. People are saying that because Vanguard is running on the Modern Warfare 2019 engine, that it's basically just going to be Modern Warfare 2019 with tac sprint and leaning and doors and things of that nature. That's not how game engines work.
No. I'll agree with him on this. No. That's absolutely right. That's not how game engines work.
Game engines are what the game runs on, essentially, right? So the engine is basically going to be graphical fidelity and performance, right? How well the game can actually run. That's it, right? When it comes to doors and tac sprinting and leaning and all that kind of stuff, that's all game balance. That's all design philosophy. That has nothing to do with the engine itself. I mean, they put it into the game via the engine, but that's stuff that doesn't have to be there just because of the engine, if that makes any sense. So all that really means is that for Vanguard's multiplayer, it's going to have that great graphical fidelity that Modern Warfare 2019 had, but better, of course. They're upgrading the engine. It's been a couple of years. And yeah, it's going to be very smooth, very fluid, but all the other things like tac sprint and things like that, that is going to have to be a conscious decision from Sledgehammer as to whether or not they want to actually add that into the game. But apparently one of the things from Modern Warfare 2019 that they are adding into the game are not only the blind fire mechanic, which is new, but also leaning. And that is very concerning for me. It really is.
Yeah, and your point? What's wrong with the leaning?
Like, Modern Warfare 2019 could have been a great game, but
Nero, it was a great game. You're just in the vocal minority. A vast majority of COD players enjoyed Modern Warfare 2019. And no, the leaning did not ruin it.
Had a number of core problems that really slowed down the game's multiplayer. Number A, the time to kill was insanely fast with virtually every weapon. Number B, the fact that you could just lean and then get extra accuracy and not move whatsoever and get kills that way. Number C, we had problems with the form that weapon camos wanted you to crouch and lean, right? So not...
Nero, get your terminology correct. There is no number A, number C, number B. Those are letters. It would be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, etc. Or you say Exhibit A, or Problem A, Exhibit B, Problem B, Exhibit C, and so forth. You don't say number A, number B, number C.
Not only were people playing like this because it's in the game and they're free to do so, but there were actual camo challenges that encouraged people to crouch around the map, hide behind doors, and lean.
Yeah, Nero, there's always challenges specific to getting kills a certain way. It's been in every Call of Duty game. What's wrong with if you're required to lean to unlock this camo? What is wrong with that? There's literally gun challenges in every single Call of Duty game that require you to shoot an enemy a certain way. This is just a different way. It doesn't mean that they're focused on camping.
Do things like that. Like, I forget the exact numbers. I did the math one time and for a video, but it's something to the effect of like...
Oh, the fact that he said I did the math one time just goes to show you how much he doesn't really know what he's talking about when it comes to Modern Warfare, and he'll explain why later.
If you wanted to get the equivalent of dark matter in Modern Warfare 2019, what's it called? Obsidian? I can't remember what the camo's name is.
Wrong. Obsidian was a totally separate thing that you didn't have to do. The camo that he's trying to say that you unlocked for getting all... The equivalent of... My point is, the equivalent of dark matter in Modern Warfare is not Obsidian, it's Damascus. This is how little he knows about Modern Warfare because he didn't play it.
But you had to get like 3,600 total leaning kills and like 2,500 total crouching kills or something to that effect, which is obscene, right? It's the core game, by not having Dead Silence be a perk, by having it be a field upgrade instead. So no matter what you're doing, you're running around loud as hell. And then people are encouraged by the game itself to not move in the form of crouching around the map because there's no Dead Silence and there's weapon camo challenges tied to that, as well as the fact that leaning was tied to a camo challenge as well. It made for the campiest, most boring Call of Duty experience I've ever played.
Wrong. Most people, most of the time in Modern Warfare, I played it all year, and I have a lot of friends who played it all year round. A lot of people were running around, Nero. A lot of people were running around. I saw more people running and gunning than I did see people, camping or whatever.
It's the worst Call of Duty, hands down, in my own personal opinion. I know a lot of you guys disagree, but that's where I am.
Hands down, you're flat out wrong. It is not the worst Call of Duty, hands down. That's just because he's definitely a Treyarch fanboy. Let's continue. But is by no means the worst Call of Duty ever. Sorry. That would go to Black Ops 4 and 3.
I thought Modern Warfare, at its core, was a very bad game because it encouraged camping so much.
How did it encourage camping so much? It didn't. It literally did not encourage you to camp. You could move and still lean. Oh my god.
So much. Even just having Dead Silence be a perk would have fixed half the problems in the game, but it wasn't there. It just simply was not there. Dead Silence was a field upgrade, and it did feel good when you got the field upgrade, but in general, you had to play like everyone else. You had to crouch around the map, you had to lean, you had to camp, you had to hide, and the game had such a fast time to kill that you died in a fraction of a second. It just...
Yeah, the reason that they brought back a fast time to kill was because, like I said, Black Ops 4... its predecessor, had the longest time to kill in Call of Duty history. That game was garbage. Black Ops 4 was garbage. It took forever to get a kill, even in hardcore.
It wasn't fun. It just was not fun whatsoever, and so now people are wondering, is it going to be the same thing for Call of Duty Vanguard? Well, potentially. I mean, we don't know what the time to kill is going to be like. We don't know the exact design philosophy around the game's multiplayer is going to be. But as of right now, leaks and rumors are suggesting 3 very important things. Number 1, blind fire is going to be a new mechanic. And how's that going to work out in multiplayer? Number B, no Dead Silence.
Here he goes again. He got the first one right, number 1. But then, here he goes again, getting his grammar wrong, as well as his facts wrong, number B. Can you believe this guy? And he calls himself a COD YouTuber. He thinks he's like an authority on COD. Let's continue.
Another leak and rumors going around right now, so many people are talking about this, is that apparently, just like Modern Warfare 2019, Dead Silence will not be a perk, but rather it's going to be a field upgrade. And number 3, like I just mentioned, leaning is apparently going to be returning.
There's nothing wrong with leaning returning. I actually quite enjoyed how they handled the leaning. What you're really coming off as, Nero, is just someone who doesn't like to play fair. And the fact that they're trying to make these games a bit more fair in how they play... You see, if you look at his footage, you'll notice that he's running Bloodthirsties. Then, Ruthless, and then Relentless. Do you know how many kills? That's like 25 kills without dying. Bloodthirsties are hard enough. So, to me, he's just coming off as someone, frickin' it has to be a perk so no one can hear me as I run around the map getting all these amazing kills. Otherwise, it's going to destroy what people think of how I play for my YouTube channel. That's how it comes across to me. He's just complaining because he can't get all those massive amounts of kills if they implement this system again where Dead Silence is a field upgrade. Which to me, I did not mind it at all. Half the time, I didn't even use Dead Silence, and I still was able to run around and get 5 kills. So, he's absolutely wrong.
So, with those 3 things in mind, plus skill-based matchmaking...
I'll agree with him there. Skill-based matchmaking, unfortunately, it's not going anywhere. I think it's dog shit, but unfortunately, I agree with him. It's not going to go anywhere.
I think everyone is pretty concerned about this year's game.
Not so, though, Nero. A lot of people are actually looking forward to Vanguard. Everybody that I play Call of Duty with is looking forward to Vanguard.
We don't know anything about it yet officially. These are all just leaks and rumors, but so far, virtually every leak and every rumor has been accurate. Like, they're not just making this stuff up. They're getting this information straight from developers that are leaking it to them, or they're getting that information from seeing early gameplay that was leaked somehow, probably via also developers or QA testers or what have you, right? These guys actually have seen the gameplay.
I don't know about that, Nero. You're not offering any proof that they have seen it.
You know, they know what's happening. And this is also coming from Call of Duty YouTubers, like the people that are working with Activision that have confirmed that things like Blindfire are going to exist within multiplayer.
You mean people like yourself? Half the time, I can't stand Call of Duty YouTubers because they ruin the games. When what you are just complaining about is you can't accept the fact that Activision doesn't want their game to become irrelevant. You don't like the fact that they want to implement new systems and try new things because you want Call of Duty to forever, and you'll see this later. He literally wants Call of Duty to remain the same. He outright says it later.
So, I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm concerned about it. Like, I have such high hopes for this game.
Yeah, so do I. I have very high hopes for Vanguard because Call of Duty World War II was amazing, and Modern Warfare was amazing, and it's running on its engine. I have amazing hopes for it.
Like, you look at Call of Duty World War II. In my opinion, it was a good game.
Agreed. It was a very good game.
Now you look at Call of Duty Vanguard. We have 16 6v6 maps at launch. It's not going to be completely centralized within the European theater at launch like it was back during the original Call of Duty World War II. So at launch, we can have stuff in North Africa and in Germany and in France and over in the Pacific Islands like Macon and stuff like that, or Wake Island even. We can have all of these things.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
It can have so much variety in terms of weaponry as well as maps right there at launch. They've already proven with the bundles that they've shown that they're going to be tracer rounds and really cool weapon variants right there from day one, so they're not going to be doing that thing that they did back with the original Call of Duty World War II, where they try so hard to be historically accurate that the game is boring, and that things like the dark matter equivalent are just a chrome camo.
Yeah, I'm half torn on this. I like the historical accuracy of World War II, but I'm also kind of worried. I mean, I get why they don't want to do that again, but I'm also worried that they're going to throw in things that just were not possible during World War II. But we'll see. We'll have to see. I might change my mind. I still think it's going to be a great game, but I think there has to be a fine line between respecting what was available at the time and being creative.
You know, they're going to have some cool stuff in the game right there at launch. I mean, 16 maps. Like I said, Warzone is getting a whole new map, as was an anti-cheat. That Treyarch is continuing zombies, and it's going to be a prequel to what we see in Cold War zombies, so it's all going to be tied together, and of course, cross-progression is going to be happening between Warzone and zombies, and likely still Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War. All these things on paper sound fantastic.
Yeah, they do, because they are fantastic.
But when you talk about the core gameplay, the core fundamentals of the Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer, we have 3 pretty big red flags right there in the form of blind fire, no dead silence, and leaning. And I'm going to talk about this really quickly because there's some people that just disagree with me on this, but dead silence is 100% required for a good Call of Duty game.
No, it is absolutely not, Nero. It's 100% required if you want to have a successful YouTube channel that's nothing but Call of Duty footage that you're running endless, relentless, or whatever, 25 kill streaks. It's not required for a good Call of Duty experience. Get your facts straight and get your head out of your ass.
If you don't have the ability to make your footsteps silent, you are going to be camped on ridiculously. Now,
Nero, dead silence as a field upgrade is not the cause of campers. Loud footsteps is not the cause of campers. Campers has been, and I haven't even been in the Call of Duty community as long as you have, Nero, but I can tell you, campers have been around since Call of Duty was born. Since Call of Duty multiplayer was born, campers have been a thing, and there's literally going to be no way to get rid of them unless you literally have a timer limit on how long you're allowed to stay in one area before it boots you out of the game. That, and if you remove snipers and scopes. Those are literally going to be the only way to get rid of campers. It's not because of footsteps. It's because people are jackasses.
now, if you don't want dead silence to be a perk, then sure, make it so dead silence is built into everyone's footsteps by default. That would be fantastic, but
again, Nero, there is a equivalence of dead silence as a perk in the very game that you're showing off in your gameplay here, Cold War. It's called Ninja. And what does it do? It makes your footsteps literally dead silent. Like, you can't hear them at all. And yet people still camp. It is not the cause of camping.
not to be that guy, but like, I don't know what skill-based matchmaking bracket these people are saying dead silence sucks are in, because in my lobbies, half the people are wearing CDL skins, half the people have their Astros cranked up to infinity to the point where they're going to have hearing problems by the time they hit 25, and you can't plant a bomb in Surge without dead silence. You can't push an objective without dead silence in Cold War. You just can't do it.
Yes, you can. I've done it a million times.
Unless you're just going to sit there and camp the entire time and hope to get a pick, but that's boring as hell.
Yeah, camping is boring. I don't know why people do it. I'm with them there.
You know, if you want to rush, if you want to be an active, mobile, even an SMG-style player, dead silence is a requirement. It just always has been.
Yes and no. It is not a requirement, but it's extremely helpful.
And if they make it a field upgrade, like they did back in Modern Warfare 2019, I think that's going to alienate a lot of the player base, because people enjoy rushing, right?
I rushed all the time in Modern Warfare, and when to capture this footage of Modern Warfare, I rushed. I didn't have dead silence. I rushed. Did I still get kills? Yes. You know why it works? Because the maps are so big that the distance, you can't hear the footsteps from so far away, Nero. Like, this guy literally says that Modern Warfare was trash, yet he didn't play it. He admits that he stopped making videos on it. He didn't play it.
Just the same way people enjoy quickscoping, the same way people enjoy camp sniping.
You just had a problem with camping, and now you're saying the same way people enjoy camp sniping. Same thing. Don't complain about camping if people enjoy camp sniping. Camp sniping is the exact same thing as camping.
Same way people enjoy using LMGs and shotguns and akimbo pistols or whatever. Every weapon needs to be viable. Every playstyle needs to be viable. But here's the thing. Rushing is not really a viable playstyle in higher skill-based matchmaking brackets without something to make it so you're not running around like an elephant.
Yes, it is. You think people have you think soldiers in real life have a patch that they can put on their arm and their footsteps automatically go away? No!
That's just how Call of Duty is, and it's been that way ever since Dead Silence was first implemented with the very first Call of Duty game that ever had perks, Call of Duty 4, back in 2007. It's just as required now as it was in 2007, 14 plus years ago.
Nero, you just made yourself look like an idiot. That was 2007. This is 2021. We are not in 2007 anymore. Games evolve. Gameplay styles evolve. Look at Super Mario Brothers on the Nintendo Switch. It is not the same as Super Mario Brothers on the original NES. The core game is still there, but it's changed so much. Games evolve over time. Because you know what happens to games when you don't evolve them and you just keep them the same constantly? They get old, they become irrelevant, and people don't want to play them anymore. Part of what's keeping Call of Duty going is that they keep changing the game every single time. Yes, people enjoy the core gameplay, but if it was literally the same game every single year, and we would have a problem.
They need to have it in this game. If Sledgehammer Games is watching this video, which I know a number of the devs actually follow me on Twitter, reconsider. If the leaks and rumors are true and Dead Silence is a field upgrade, I implore you to please reconsider that, because I do not feel as though that is a good thing for the game. It's going to really hurt my personal enjoyment of my favorite game mode. Search and Destroy is my favorite game mode in Call of Duty. It's my most played game mode in every single COD, but without Dead Silence, there's no point playing. There really isn't.
Wow. Nero, you really think that because the devs follow you on Twitter that you're going to manage to get them to change their mind about their game? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You're not going to be able to do it. If that's the way they want to make it, it's not going to ruin the game. It's a different experience. Every COD game is a different experience, and it's supposed to be a different experience. Sorry, but you're not going to succeed there.
So, I don't know. I could go on and on about Dead Silence and why it needs to be there. The blind fire mechanic, I'm open to it. We'll see how it plays.
I agree. We'll see how it plays.
I mean, every COD's going to be different with new mechanics, but just...
See, he just said it! He just overthrew his own stupidity by saying every COD is different with new mechanics. Then what are you complaining about?
I'm concerned that they're going to reinvent the wheel too much. And the last couple times we saw this happen were both from Infinity Ward. I mean, you look at the original Call of Duty Ghosts. Ghost was a pretty good game at its core, but it had too many weird changes to the core fundamental Call of Duty experience. Like getting rid of the UAV, for example, revamping the Prestige mode for some reason.
Those are only two things, and that's very, very small.
All the different things they did in that game. I could go on and on about Call of Duty Ghosts. Their DLC was top-notch. Like, honestly, the Call of Duty Ghost DLC is probably the best DLC ever.
I can't speak for that because I don't own the Ghost DLC, because I, unfortunately, came into Call of Duty after Call of Duty Ghosts, but I have played every single Call of Duty campaign, and I've been playing multiplayer ever since Advanced Warfare.
But the core game and the core gameplay mechanics that they had with Ghost were just a lot different. I think it's because it was Infinity Ward's first time trying to branch away from the Modern Warfare franchise. They wanted to blaze new trails and be innovative, but...
Yeah, and what's wrong with being innovative? That's a good thing.
It didn't work, right? They threw everything they had at the wall, and they wanted to see what stuck. And some of it did, but a lot of it didn't. A lot of it slid right down that wall. And I think the same thing happened with Modern Warfare 2019.
Absolutely not. Modern Warfare 2019 was a huge hit with the COD community. And this is where he gets things wrong. He thinks that it sells well, but that its audience didn't stick around. Listen to him.
Yes, the game is popular, but I think a lot of the popular metrics from the game come from the fact that it's directly tied to Warzone.
No. Warzone came out afterwards.
You know, they changed up a lot of things with Modern Warfare 2019 that a lot of people did not enjoy.
That's actually not true, Nero. Once again, you're in the vocal minority because you're a YouTuber. YouTubers didn't like the changes, but the COD community actually really did enjoy it. I have tons of friends who enjoyed the living daylights out of Modern Warfare 2019.
Myself included. Like, I'm a YouTuber and I stopped making videos.
See? There you go. He has no right to complain about Modern Warfare 2019 because he literally gave up and stopped making videos. And he picked back up with Cold War. He literally has no right to complain because he has shown he has no idea what he's talking about with Call of Duty Modern Warfare. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Because I just did not enjoy the game whatsoever. So, I mean, I'm one person. Obviously, everyone else has a different opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So I would love to hear what you guys think about all this news and all this info down there in the comment section below. I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider leaving a like. Thank you so much for listening. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
So that is NerosCinema on his concerns for Call of Duty Vanguard. And he didn't quite go into all of his concerns in this video. He, unfortunately, you know, made another video later on where he said that he doesn't like that doors are returning. He doesn't like the leaning. He went into that. The thing is, you gotta understand, COD has to try things. And I've spoken to quite a few people in my community, and a lot of people liked the doors. I liked the doors. I liked the leaning. And combine that with the awesome gameplay that was World War II, and the setting of World War II, and I think you've got a recipe for a really great game. I really don't know what Nero's problem is here. If anything, he should be worried, I think, about how the blind fire interacts, but I don't think that that's going to be tied to anything, and if it is, it'll be a camo challenge that will be, like, at most, get 25 kills with blind fire, because it'll be so hard to, you know, to get too many. So that's my opinion, guys. I think I used to follow, NerosCinema a couple years ago, a lot, but Modern Warfare really was the downfall of NerosCinema, in my opinion. He has completely lost it, and I'm not going to tell you guys that you had to enjoy Modern Warfare 2019. I'm just saying, I personally enjoyed it, and I think that Nero is simply assuming that he's speaking for the masses when really he's speaking for the minority. That's all I'm saying. I personally really enjoyed Modern Warfare 2019. I thought it was a good game. A lot of people thought it was a good game. And the really funny thing is, I thought Cold War sucked. I've played it throughout the year. I've hated every minute of it, but what was I supposed to do? I had a year to get by. What was I supposed to play? Anyways, let me guys know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out. RetroDavo out.